Sanhedrin, Daf Samach Gimel. Dalit. Oh yeah, the story. Yes, we finished the story. So the story, let's do again here. We said that Eden didn't like Avodah Zarah. We're not Avodah Zarah people. We're not Avodah Zarah people. The Gemara said they only did Avodah Zarah only to make it mutter to do arayos, but we don't believe in Avodah Zarah. Says the Gemara, is that so? Says the Gemara story. The Tzaddik begreich al pigay galechem. Amaliyah Tzaddik. Yeah, Hamachazal Tpucherov. Shemishlayim looking for starving people, and he found Pamach Matatina. He found a kid. Shahaya Tepuach Nebuch. He was swelled up as a result of the starvation. Mutl Ba'ashbar is in the garbage dump. Which family do you come from? I come from this and this family. Anybody left from your whole family? Any survivors? Any survivors? I'm going to teach you something you live with. You'll learn. Yeah, I'll give you life. Every day, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. No, Chas v'Shalom, said this kid didn't go to such a good moiset. No, never. Be quiet. Don't mention that. And my father, mother, they told me Avodah Zarah is Avodah Zarah. I'm not going to change that just because I'm starving and the only survivor. He took out his idol from his pocket. And he hugged it and he kissed it. That his stomach exploded. And his Avodah Zarah fell to the ground. And he fell on top of it. Your pigreichem, your bodies will fall on the Avodah Zarahs. And that was the end of this tragic story. What do you say? Jews are stubborn. Jews, when they believe in something, you can't move them. So he believed this Avodah Zarah. Yeah, he used it just the wrong thing. Yeah, he used it for this. That's been a problem throughout the ages with our Achenu Hatoim. Once they believe in some nonsense. Yeah, so now Freddie Moore, I don't understand. I thought you said Jews don't do Avodah Zarah. They only did it to get a rise, but we don't believe. So no, yeah, that's how it begins. But Basa, the Avukabei, after they were avuk, after they were connected, after they do it, then they get connected. Then they taste it.
It's subconscious too.
You have to justify it.
Yeah.
Right.
They delude themselves and think they believe in a Zohar, but unconsciously they're there to
but that rise. But yeah, it looks like so. Yeah, it's such an extreme that the guy mamish. Yeah, it's all from this arroyos. Gemara is saying, yeah, he's saying the Gemara is a different parents. You have to ready yourself out like this in order to be met arroyos. You know, as Toshma, famous Gemara Beis Kol Gadol El Hashem. The Ashkenas Agdoilo, when they saw what problems Avodah Zarah is making, what trouble it's causing. They were screaming out with a big voice to Hashem. Mayim, what did they say? Bye means gewalt. Oi, hoi. It's just like oi gewalt. Hainu, this Avodah. The what? Va'oivei. Yeah. Va'oivei. Hainu, the Achravei Beis say this caused the Churban Beis Mikdash. And it burned the Beis Mikdash, destroyed it, and it burnt it. And it got rid of the tzaddikim. And the Klal Yisrael were exiled. And it's still here. It's still dancing among us. This Avodah Zarah, this Yetzirah Avodah Zarah is still dancing. Klum Yahavtilan. He only gave us the only point of having evil inclination towards Avodah Zarah, to have a time with Avodah Zarah. He only gave it to us El Lekabula Be'agra. The point of and the sign is to get schar, to say Vayimoin, to say I'm not going to do it. But Loi Iu Binon, if it's not working, then it's pointless. Loi Iu Binon, Loi Agra Binon. I don't need it, and I don't need the schar. We Mechel Tovus. It's not working. we're losing more than we're gaining. More than we're gaining. Says, I thought we're not so into Avodah Zarah. Says, well, yeah, of course it didn't start, but it looks like we can't control it. So, yeah, Bas Davu could be. Yeah, after we get involved in Avodah Zarah, once you start tasting the shmak of Avodah Zarah, then it becomes something that a person gets connected to it, and he can't disconnect. Yosef plus a Yom B'Tanisa. So the Amshach Desek Doilo sat 3 days in a tainis. 3 days in a tainis. Boy Rachmei, they daven today, Boy Rachmei, Nafnu Piske Merakia. And a piece of paper came down from Shemayim. Dava Ksiv Ba Emes. It said Emes, which means Hashem's on board. Hashem signed his name, agreed. You want to get rid of Avodah Zarah? Yes, I'm on board. Amr Reb Chanina, Shpamna, Chaysama Shal HaKadosh Baruch Hu Emes. Hashem's signature is Emes. Hashem was signing on this. It's like Hashem signing on the paper. This is what Hashem was doing. Chaysama Shal HaKadosh Baruch Hu Emes. Nafa Kiguria Denura Mi Beis Kodesh HaKadoshim. And they saw like a lion of fire left Kodesh HaKadoshim. A fiery lion left Kodesh HaKadoshim. Amalu Navi Yisrael. The Navi told Klal Yisrael, this is it. This is his Avodah Zarah. Hi, the Yitzhak Avodah Zarah. This is the Yitzhak Avodah Zarah. The question is, what was he doing in Kodesh HaKadoshim? Why did he come out of Kodesh HaKadoshim? And the answer is, Rabbi Lopian used to say, Matzio used to say this over, because what's the way to get to Kodesh HaKadoshim? Through withstanding challenges. That's the way. And the sign is not there to make you fall. It's make you to overcome it, and then you'll get to Kodesh HaKadoshim. You only get to Kodesh HaKadoshim through overcoming a challenge. So therefore, this is one side of Mayim. Yeah. So therefore, this line came out of Kodesh HaKadoshim. Yeah, that's it. You can have a hard time to go to Kodesh HaKadoshim now when you don't have this challenge. Okay, that's what you want. It's not working. Bada de Ketavselei. Yeah, I don't know what this next word means. When they grabbed hold of this animal, this fiery lion, they grabbed hold of him. Ishtamit ben Nisa Munei, a hair came off him. Hairs and fires. Okay. Va'azal Kalye, he was yelling. He was yelling because he was hurt. I mean, he was Kalye. His voice went. The yelling was so intense that it could hear it 400 paras away. Amri Heichanavet. Oh, no. Actually, that's what I said. What should we do? This guy's yelling. Maybe from Shemaim, they are having God mercy. I mean, this guy's yelling, top of his lungs. He's in pain. Okay, maybe we're stuck. You're a Chiddush. He's Avodah Zarah. He's Yetzirah. Yeah, he's yelling. He's in pain. He's being pursued. Maybe I shall listen to him. Okay, I have a good idea. Good problem. The problem identify with. You know what you should do? Shadua beduda da avra. Put him into a closed area made out of lead, like a pipe of lead, a keli made of lead. Cover him over like that. The voice, the sound, won't be heard outside. Won't be heard outside. The Shaif Kali. Oh, he's yelling till today. This guy, but we don't hear him because he's inside this keli. This is keli, and we have a good sound system to lower the sounds. That chamber. Right. Good. We're at what the noise. Was successful in eliminating this Yetzirah. Besides in India, it seems India is still there somehow. Right. Amri Hoyle the Eis Ratzin, who since Eis Ratzin, Niboya Rachba Yitzud Davera. Now let's daven for the Yetzirah of Aroyas, which is also causing a lot of problems, a lot of Averas. So let's get rid of the Yetzirah of Aroyas. Boy Rachmi. Okay, yeah. They daven to Hashem to get rid of that Yetzirah. Hashem said, okay, we'll give it to you. They put him in jail, this Yetzirah of Aroyas. 3 days. They needed an egg. And a fresh egg that was laid the last 3 days for a chayla, for a chayla. Lashkichu. They couldn't find because nobody was laying eggs. Because there's no Yetzer Daroya, so the whole chamimus that causes that eggs are laid or children are born, all of a sudden didn't exist. What should we do? We should daven to Hashem. You know what? That the Yetzer for Aroyas should be eliminated, but still, you're supposed to still have the chamimus just for when it's right, when it's a mitzvah. No, that's not going to work. Halga Merakiela Yavi. No. Don't know this thing. You don't get half. Don't get half. So they covered his eye. They put this makeup in his eye. I mean, he's not as strong. Hanibay, I helped. Like Igre Inish Bekrov say, there's no Yetzara for relatives. For relatives, no Yetzara. Empty. Yeah, that's what I helped. But ultimately, the Yetzara is still around. Amre Hudamarav, Maisim Nachris Achas. The story of this lady, this goita, she was very sick. Amra. And she said, she was very sick, deathly sick. And she said, she promised, if she gets better, she'll worship every single Avodah Zarah in the world. Yeah, she kept the promise. She went and she worshipped every single Avodah Zarah that existed. She came to Avodah Zarah Baal Poir. She's going down the list. She came to Avodah Zarah Poir. Shala Lekomrim. She asked the priests over there, how do you worship this Avodah Zarah? They eat these beets. The beets make the stomach loose. And drink a lot of beer. That's the way how one worships this Avodah Zarah Poir. Amra, if that's the case, no, that's not for me. She said, yeah, I should go back. I should guess. She said, better that she should be sick again. Says the Gemara, Atem Beis Yisrael in came. She wouldn't do a Baal Poir. Klal Yisrael wouldn't like that. Why? The pasuk says, and it's model about Po'or, could summit possible. When we were Chatz of Shalom, Klal Yisrael Nichshel about Po'or, the pasuk says we will nitzmodim. Nitzmodim means like in the first chapter of the Gemara, like a cover, so that's closed tight. Samut. We were so attached, became so warm with this Avodah Zarah about Po'or, like nitzmodim, like it's summit possible. But when it comes to keeping the pasuk of Atvat Veikim Hashem Lakeichem, okay, that wasn't the same. That was Kishtei Tvoris Hadvuka Zubazu. That wasn't as strong. The Dveikis to the Eibush were only like 2 dates stuck together. No. Not so strong. Masha Inki, when it came to Baal Po'or, it was Nitzmodim. It was a stronger connection to the Baal Po'or. Stronger connection to Baal Po'or. Yeah. More than the Eibishter. That's the first pshat. We won't go with that pshat. We'll go to the second pshat. It was Titha Tana, and it's one about Po'or Katzamid out the Isha. Like a bracelet. It's medium. Yeah, it's very schwach. Very schwach connection. But the Davik and the Eibishter, that was a lot more. That was Dvukim Mamish. That was Dvukim Mamish. That's a better pshat. Tana bottom. Ma'isa Besavta ben Alas. I should make sure we say a samach. Yeah, there's a guy, Savta ben Alas, a name of Yid, and this is Alas, name of a place. I said Besamach, Shemakbu. Ben is not his name of his father. He lived in the place called Alas. Yeah, he rented out his donkey for some shiksa. Kivin Shigela Poir went and they went together. It seems that maybe he was a driver. Maybe. And Kim Shigila Poir, he came to Poir, Amrloi, she said to him, Hamton, you might hold on a second, I'm just going to do Baal Poir. Hamton at Shekones, Feitzing. No, I have to go in, I'm coming right out. Lachash Yotza, Amrloi, okay. After she came out, Amrloi said to this goita, Af Atamtini, wait for me at Shekones, Feitzing, till I'll go in, I'll come out. Amrloi, like Yehuda Atta, you're not Jewish? I thought you're Jewish. Jewish people don't do these type of things. Well, what are you doing over there in the Avodah Zarah place? Amala, it's your business. What do you care? Now he meant well. There's Nichdas, Par b'fanav. Yeah, he tried to desecrate and be mavazah the Avodah Zarah, humiliate the Avodah Zarah. Par b'fanav. Kinech b'chayt boy. He's making fun. He's making fun of the Avodah Zarah. That's what he thought he was doing. For him, Shars Avodah Zarah, and the priest over there said, "Wow, wow, well done, well done." Says the Gemara, this is the Avodah. This is the Avodah. I forgot the Mechavna Bizri. He's trying to menvaz it. This is it. I'm sorry, Kat. That's not a way out. This is even Mechavna Bizri. It's still going to be considered avodah. The guy throws stones out the markoilis. That is the avodah. Zu he avodah. This is the avodah. After the mirgamei tried to stone it. So what? So the Gemara, Rav Nashe, Heiliger Rav Nashe, Havik Asla Bay Torsa is going to Beit Torsa. On the way, I'm really avodah zarah here. The koyacha. There's avodah zarah here. Oh, there's avodah zarah here. Oh wow, he got very angry. Avodah zarah here. So he took out a rock, threw at it. Shakal Pisa, Shoavei, threw at it. Just want to tell you, I forgot to tell you the name of this Avodah Zarah. They just threw this piece of earth at it. This is Markolis. And that's the Avodah Zarah of Markolis. Also, Shoavei Medrash. Yeah, came to ask him this Medrash. Okay, what did I do over here? What did I do over here? Right? Yeah. You tried to stone it, very nice, but I'm sorry to inform you, you just did avodah zarah. Okay, so my stone is over there. Let me take off the stone. Let me take off the stone if that's the case. Okay, I'll take it away. No. It's over. There's nothing to do. You take this stone away, you also chayav. You make room for somebody else. Let me make room for the next person to put a stone. You taking off the stone, so you have no solution. No solution to tshuva. Show you, and it's unfortunate. So we told now we learned about Avodah Zarah. Now we learn about Moilech. Now shout out Moilech. The same Avodah Zarah, not Avodah Zarah. Let's see. How noisim is Zara leMoilech? A guy gives his kid to leMoilech. Avodah Zarah. Maybe Avodah Zarah. Any chayav? He's only chayav. He has to give it over to the priest, and then they have to pass over this kid over the fire. Now, Rashi owns the person does not get burnt. Rashi doesn't get burnt. The Rashi owns Beis, he doesn't get burnt. It just goes over the fire. Muscle, you have two things you have to do: give over the kid to these priests, and then the priests have to put him over the fire. Masal Moilech lehev beish gave her the Moilech, but the Masharis of Avodah Zarah didn't put him out the fire. Hev beish lemasal Moilech. Ein chayav nachayav achim sal Moilech lehev beish until both things happen. Until they give it the Moilech and over beish. That's the Vera Moilech, and the pasuk says that's the Chiyuv Misa. So they were Katan Avodah Zarah, Katan Moilech. The previous Mishnah spoke about Skila Avodah Zarah. Then we had Moilech. Mashma. It's not Moilech. It's not Avodah Zarah. It's not a form of Avodah Zarah. Rashi is like a chuk sagoy. That's what it is. It's not Avodah Zarah. Right. So Gemara, it's a new thing. It's not a Moilech. Omer oven. It's not about Moilech lav Avodah Zarah. It's not Avodah Tanya. Echad la Moilech, echad la shar Avodah Zarah chayav. Fine, if a person gives over his sons for Avodah Zarah or the Moilech, both will be chayav. No, the Moilech chayav. Shloim Moilech potter. Only the Moilech is chayav. Avodah Zarah is potter. It's not Avodah Zarah. Amabaya. Reb Lazar, Reb Shimon, Reb Chanina ben Antigonus, Amr Davar Echad. Reb Lazar, Reb Shimon, Reb Chanina ben Antigonus both say the same thing. Reb Lazar, Reb Shimon had Amr. He said Moilech is not Avodah Zarah. It's not Avodah Zarah. Therefore, it's a certain type of chukas akum. Reb Chanina ben Antigonus, the type of Chanina ben Antigonus. I remember if they matter lashon Moilech. What's a lashon Moilech? You know what Moilech means? Kol shem lechu aleim. Anything that you make your king, which means I feel it's sorry, I feel a kiss him. If you make this is your melech, Moilech like melech, and you call him Moilech, you be so it's mashma, even if it's not Avodah Zarah. Right. So we see, even not Avodah Zarah, Rav Amano, Moilech, all right, there is a machlokes between them. Moilech arech benayu. Can I just get a stone and say this is a moilech? I make a fire and do it. Is that called a moilech or not? The feet are coming out. The feet are Shimon not. Tignas. Maybe yes. Oma Yana Enechayv at Shimshon Mashar Zera. As we said, she's explaining what we mentioned earlier. Is only Chayv did he give over this kid to the Mashar Zera, to the priests over there, the guys working there, the Avodah Zarah Shtema. You have to give him lahav moilech. One gives over his kid to other people. That's called Mitzarech Sitein. And then, in order to be given a moilech. So there's an interesting idea. A man does it himself. Won't be chayav. Give it over. You give it over to the control of those guys, and then it's chayav. Skila. Yeah. No. Says mitzvah. Yeah. Yeah. Probably still awesome. Tanya Nam Hachi. Yochel have like Masar. The person was Mavi Beis. Did this whole age stuff. He didn't give over to the priest. Yechav Tabloima. Lay sitain. Zarach le sitain. Sitain means lahav is two things. Don't give the kids over and then they'll put them in a place that they'll be married. You got Masar Moilech for the gave it over to the Moilech, to these guys, but they didn't get round to doing it. Yochel Yechav Tabloima. Lahave. Only he gave it over. Masa v'hevesh loy moilech. He gave it over not for moilech. So gave it over to the priest. Give the kid to the priest to learn in the church Sunday morning. Yochlei chayav, giving over the kids.
Not that he put him over the fire.
Masa v'hevesh loy moilech. Not moilech.
But the heavy is that the masa is they gave to the common.
Right, the heavy. But not for moilech. Not for moilech. Aha, yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, yeah, very good. You have to give him a moilech. You have to give him a moilech. You have to only give him a moilech. Not for another Avodah Zarah. Not for another Avodah Zarah. Right. That's what Rashi says. You must have a Avodah Zarah cheres. Right. Next one. Must have a moilech lebeis. You gave him a moilech, but didn't do it with Beis. Didn't do the Eish thing. Yochrei chayav. Where do you know this fire thing from? Ne'emaka lahave. Says lahave. Ne'emen alali mitzvah b'chol mave b'loy b'te Beis. There he's valan Beis. Afkan Beis. Like there's a fire. Well, then here's fire. Makan moilech. Avlala moilech. There's no two parshas. That parsha in mitzvah b'chol. As it says, it's one's begun on the other. Mitzvah b'chol mave b'loy b'te Beis is a gilu what moilech's all about. Yeah. Amr of Achabrei Rava. Have a kol zara potter. If a person puts all his kids in his potter. Interesting thing. Shnei mizarach of the kol zara. Right. So it tells us every time, how could it ever be chayav? Maybe he's going to do every kid. The Tosis asks the other way around. Tosis asks, you ready chayav for the first one? How do you become potter? Interesting kasha. You become ois chayav. So he says, only talk about when he has one son. That's the only case. Only that is potter. Over sachs. If there's one after the other, I think there's Torah about this. Remember correctly, Torah not ever agrees to this Tosis, right? It's be a philosophic. What? Each one is mizaracha. Yeah, right. That's what it says. Borvashi, Avira Suma. If this kid can't see, that he couldn't go over himself, Yashan is sleeping. Mao. Do you say he can't be maver him? Is he not maverable? Right? Because he can't go himself when he's asleep too. Ben betoy, einikel mao, dafka sano einikel. This should be a chada. Tanya, we have a reference from Beis for one of them. State ki mizara nasla moilech, mata beloymar. It's obvious that it's going on there. The pasuk repeats itself. It says you give your kids lamoilech, you get the car. Ki mizara nasla moilech. Well, why need ki mizari? It's already it's repetitive. Mata fisha nema. Says the Beis. First passage only says B'nai B'tzai. B'nai B'tzai is a direct son and daughter. Ben B'nai Ben B'tzai B'nai. How do you know? Which pasuk? B'sita Mizaroi. Freddie Moore, this Bryce is not very symmetrical, if that's the right terminology. It started off with the pasuk Ki Mizaroi Nos L'Moilech Mata B'Loima. Why did the pasuk of Ki Mizaroi Nos L'Moilech? And then we said, you know where you learn it from? The Sita Mizari. Learn it from Sita Mizari. That's not the pasuk we're discussing. We're discussing Kimizara Nas Lamoilech. It's a different pasuk. So you still have the pasuk Kimizara Nas Lamoilech without an explanation. So it's more a Tana pasuk Kimizari, a Sadik V'Siti Mizari. So it's more a Drash Achinu. Yeah, another pasuk that you have to include. Zara, Eila and Zera Kosher. You only know if the man has Zera Kosher. Zera Apostle Minayin. How do you know if you have Zera Apostle? The kids are Chayis Mamza. He's a Jew, but it's possible. What's exactly the way how they marve this kid? How they marve this kid? Okay, has to be Avara. What does that mean? You have a row of bricks, like a wall of bricks in the middle. You have a fire from the right side of the wall, a fire the left side of the wall, and the kid goes on the wall. Doesn't get burnt. Rashi emphasizes this. Right. Rashi is arrived from the Gemara soon. Doesn't get burnt. I think that you're trying to learn. It does get burnt. Rashi is a good drive for the Gemara soon. It doesn't get burnt necessarily. Even yesterday, the Gemara's mashma that we had Cheskia. His father wanted to burn him, and his mother put mandra. Rashi says that was a different thing. That wasn't the moilach. Rava Amma, Kamash, Varasa de Pariah. This is the famous Rashi, Purim Rashi. Coming up, Purim. Rashi said this is what kids did on Purim. That means the kids used to make a fire in the earth, and you jump on Purim, one side of the board to the other side of the board. You have the pit, inside the pit you have a fire, and then you jump over it with your feet. That's what kids do on Purim. That's called Mash Varasa the Pariah. That's what it is. A Purim stick. Also, yeah. So Torah is much kind of their business, Rashi. It's going to fudge them. Here's one's beautiful pshat. Why did it on Purim? Why jump over the fire Purim? Why did it chap? Because we said it's got to do with last week's parasha. We said Nasim and Ishma. Taisa says, the Gemara says it's only Kabbalah May Yira. It was a shvach in Kabbalah Torah because Mador Hoyle Reis. Why was it shvach? We said Nasim and Ishma. So Taisa is because Shema Yira Eshak Doila, they were chayza. That means the reason why it wasn't a good Nasim and Ishma because we were chayza from Nasim and Ishma and we needed a kafalem hakigigis. So the whole Kabbalah was hakigigis because of the Eshak Doila. Comes Purim, Kabbalah Torah Ma'ava. That means came Purim, we're not afraid of the fire. We did a Ma'ava. So you make a fire, you jump over the fire. I'm not afraid of fires. Until today, the kids play with cap guns on Purim. All these fires, not afraid of any fires. And some Bachram smoke, they not afraid of fires. Exactly. Yeah, this is Mashvarasa the Pariah. That's what jumping over. Like Tanakos the Rava, actually Yavirenu, jumping over. Der Chavara, Avir Beregel, walk over, potter. Why? See, this is the fact. This is what it is, like Rava. Medrash Ela Al. So the Gemara of the Chayev, and he's only Chayev for his kids, but not for his brothers and sisters. I let Yotze Yerechoi. Okay, Tzad. But no, you bitoi. But no, you bitoi. You won't be Chayev for. But no, bitoi be Chayev. But no, bitoi Chayev. Of the Ima Echma Choyze Potter. However, Atzma, what the man himself does himself. Potter. Now Rashi's Raya. What do you Potter? He's dead. He's burned. This is Rashi's Raya. It doesn't get burnt. Rabbi Lazar B'Shim Chayev. Person himself is Chayev. Echel Amoylech, Echel Shoavei is our Chayev. No difference. It was Lamoylech, not about Zera Chayev. Rabbi Lazar B'Shim Amoylech, Lamoylech Chayev. Shlei Lamoylech Potter. Lamoylech is Chayev. Shlei Lamoylech Potter. Amma Ulam. My tablet Rabbi Shimon. Where do you get it from? This idea that a man does it to himself. He's going to be Chayev. Amma Krol, the pasuk says, "Le'imatze b'cha ma'avir b'lo b'toi." So the b'cha word means the man himself. Le'imatze b'cha. B'cha ba'atzmacha. The man himself. Don't find yourself doing moilech. That's what we're dashing the word b'cha. Rabbanon don't dash b'cha. Don't dash b'cha. Don't dash b'cha. Rabbanon no, don't dash b'cha. But then Avedasa, Avedis Aviv, Mishnah B'Metzia, Lamed Beis. If you have your Aveda or your father's Aveda, Shaloi Kedemes. Your Aveda comes first. Why? I mean, in my time. Where's the Makor? You come before your kids. Amri Huda Amakra. Efes Kalila Yeh B'cha. Evye. Shaloi Kedemes Lechal Adam. Leshel Kal Adam. Efes Kalila B'cha Evye. You are first before I have all people. Says Gemara, also me Ephes. No, Ephes. It's not from the word B'cha. It's from the Ephes. Make sure you're giving stock. It's all very nice. But you take care of yourself first. Or be shalosh krisis of avodah zara lama. So 3 times in the Torah, kares by avodah zara. 3 times kares. 3 times kares. Twice we got a moilech in Kedoshim Tiyu. The etnes padai v'chrati oisoi. The subject is padai v'shiv v'mishpach v'chrati oisoi. And then another pasuk we have by another avodah zara. Why 3 times? Says the Gemara, if achs like a darka, achs like a darka, achs la moilech. Achs kedarka, achs like a moilech. One is kedarka, achs like a darka, one is la moilech. So the Ramalda, I'm a moilech avodah zara. He kares moilech lamali. If it's moilech avodah zara, why did extra kares? Says the Ramalda, but if like a darka, even if like a darka, by moilech b'chayev. I think even it's not the derech to do it b'chayev. The mandama mekadav avodah zara, mekadav avodah zara. There's a mandama that says mekadav is not mevarach es Hashem. It's avodah zara. So why did the pasuk? Lamadi kedatanya. Kares the kares by them zed, the kares by them abba. Kares by them abba. The Rebbe Kiva Amalei B'Shma like Fanem and Ichra. He said this again, 3rd time kares. Chishloy Shalom Yesh. He's saying this world and the world to come. And what's the Nichra, the 3rd world? And I'm Nichra by them zed, kares by them abba. Kares the kares, the Retorah, Klash Le Adam. So he speaks Klash Le Adam. There's a Gemara. I have a bris this morning. Leonav is coming. Name himself. Balali Shus.